last month we saw Benito Araza. We saw three different title matches at the end of the pay-per-view. We saw, now I forget. We saw David Thorpe win the Styles Clash Championship. And then we saw the Black Mafia win the tag championships away from the Revival. So, what was the other title match we had? Oh, wait. Benito Arazo retained. He is on a 1.0 win-loss ratio at the moment with 4 losses and 4 wins. He is also a champion right now. So, looking at the feuds we have going on. Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali versus Wicked and Ouija. Hot rivalry going on right now. Deathwish and Lucas Bloodsworth. We need to build this rivalry up a bit more. Brody Quinn versus David Thorpe. Now that there's a championship involved. I think there was a championship involved last month. However, now that there's a championship in the mix, this rivalry might be huge. His performance is excellent. Brody is abysmal. David Thorpe is going amazing. David Thorpe is one of the best. And then we have the Revival versus the Black Mafia. The Black Mafia have won the tag titles away from the Revival, meaning they have one major victory against them. So, let's head in to the first week of the month. We are currently in May. Let's look at our teams. We got these two who are currently in a rivalry. We have the Black Mafia and we have the Revival who are the tag champions. Now, so the game added a few more things. What they did was they added these battle royales. So, I'm going to make a 10-man battle royal for Benito Arazo's championship. It's obviously going to include the 2 other men he's in a rivalry with, along with Deathwish, Lucas Bloodsworth, Travis Winters, Brody Quinn, Flyboy Malice, one half of the Revival, Mark Mercury, and Peyton Prentice. So the in-ring starters will be Benito Arazo and Deathwish. Entry number 3 will be Benito Arazo, Lucas Bloodsworth, Flyboy Malice, Brody Quinn, Peyton Prentice, Mark Mercury, Travis Winters, and Carney Pete. So, I don't think there's any way to randomize this. So, we're going to have to create who gets eliminated by who. So, who gets eliminated first? Flyboy Malice, eliminated by Deathwish. And then Deathwish is then eliminated by Benito Arazo. Peyton Prentice, eliminated by Bloodsworth. Brody Quinn, eliminated by Bloodsworth. And then Bloodsworth, eliminated by Bonesaw Benitez. Travis Winters, eliminated by Mark Mercury. Mark Mercury is eliminated by Benito Arazo. Benito Arazo is eliminated by Bonesaw Benitez, who is then eliminated by Carney Pete, making Carney Pete the champion. Cool. All right. So then we're going to see a celebration by Carney Pete. That's Deathwish. Celebration by Carney Pete for 5 minutes. And then we see a challenge where Darnell Dash will challenge Carney Pete and the challenge will be accepted. We will see a 2-on-2 between Doberman and Shaquille Stardust taking on Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali. Not for the title, just as a little fun match for the week. We start off the show. Wow. The Battle Royal. Wow. So, Carney Pete, as we know, is our new champion. Darnell Dash. Ooh! So the Black Mafia are the champions, but they have now lost to the Dead Presidents. Wow. Okay. That's insane. How is that for the rivalry down here? Okay, here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a tournament. I wanted to do a tag tournament, 8 seed. Okay. So we have the tag champions. So this will be a championship tournament. I feel like that would be best for the tag teams that we have here. So we only have 4 tag teams made at the moment. So we're just going to start making different tag teams. So Deathwish and Lucas Bloodsworth, welcome. Peyton Prentice and Zachary Pride, welcome. Ouija and Wicked, welcome. And then finally, Soul Saint and Travis Winters, welcome. Create tournament. All right. Okay. So now that they're in the tournament, we don't have that many stars to work with. We do have Darnell Dash, which we can build up with Carney Pete. And yeah. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a little promo. Actually, no. We're gonna have an in-ring brawl between Carney Pete and Darnell Dash, leading up to their match. We have a one-on-one between Darnell Dash and Benito Erazo. So if Darnell wins this, he has huge leverage heading into the pay-per-view. We have the first match of the tournament, Doberman and Shaquille Stardust taking on Flyboy Malice and Justin Capress. $30 minutes. And then finally, we have the main event, which is David Thorpe taking on Brody Quint, not for the title. Start the show. How will this show go? The first week, Benito Erazo picks up the victory. Doberman and Shaquille Stardust move on in the tournament. They are now in the next round. So the next week will show who they are facing. And yeah. Alright. So this was insane. Let's finish this week. And then let's look at the rankings. So far, Flyboy Malice is doing the best right now with 6 wins to 5 losses. That's a 54% win rate. How's this tag team doing? Flyboy Malice and Justin Capress. Justin Capress doing 62% win rate, 5-3. Wow. Wow. Darnell Dash is 1-7. And he's going for a title shot. Can his title shot be his second victory? Will it? We'll find out at the end. Alright. So far in the tournament, Doberman and Shaquille Stardust have moved on. Let's see. So it's Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali this week against Mark Mercury and Kim Mafia. And then we'll also do Deathwish versus Lucas Bloodsworth and Deathwish versus Peyton Prentice and Zachary Pride. So we're going to kick off the show with a 2-on-2. Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali taking on Kim Mafia and Mark Mercury. 23-minute match. Why not? We see a locker room chat between Carney Pete and Benito Erazo, which then leads to a handshake between the two. Which then leads into a match between the two. And this one will be a title match So whoever wins this, psych, interference during the match on Carney Pete is Darnell Dash. Boom. And we're going to end the show. Do we have the tournament match correct? Yeah. So it's Deathwish and Lucas Bloodsworth versus Peyton Batiste and Zachary Pride. Obviously, these two teams are going to be battling it out. And honestly, I'm going to predict Mark Mercury and Kim Mafia, and then Peyton Batiste and Zachary Pride move on. Just my prediction. I'm not going to change it so that they do move on, but if they do, that'd be cool. So 30-minute match. And then we just see a in-ring brawl between Carney Pete and Darnell Dash for 5 minutes. Start the show. Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali move on. I was wrong with my prediction. Carney Pete obviously wins and defends the title, I guess, because of during match interference. Peyton Batiste and Zachary Pride move on. Yes. Oh man, we have one more show and then we have the pay-per-view. Obviously, we have Wicked and Ouija taking on Soul Saint and Travis Winters. Wow. So that's what we're going to kick off the show with. Wicked and Ouija taking on Soul Saint and Travis Winters for 30 minutes. Next up, Backstage Attack. Carney Pete attacks Darnell Dash. 1-on-1, Bonesaw Benitez and Brody Quinn. Random match. It's going to be a 5-minute squash match. 5-minute squash match for Bonesaw Benitez, who then gets a title shot against David Thorpe. And then the main event, we see Darnell Dash and Benito Arrazo going at it. Right before the pay-per-view, will Darnell Dash pick up some momentum? Soul Saint and Travis Winters move on in the tournament. David Thorpe retains the title. We are seeing David Thorpe versus Brody Quinn at the pay-per-view 2 months in a row. And then Benito Arrazo picks up the victory against Darnell Dash. All right. Pay-per-view time. What do we got going on? So, David Thorpe will be retaining against Brody Quinn. Carney Pete will be retaining against Darnell Dash. And then we just have the tournament going on, where we will do these 2 rounds, and then the next month, in the finals, we will do that at the very end of the month. So Shaquille Stardust and Doberman versus Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali, and then Peyton Batiste and Zachary Pride versus Soul Saint and Travis Winters. We're going to kick off the show with that first team. So Shaquille Stardust and Doberman versus Lincoln Ali and Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali. We have a 1-on-1 between Deathwish and Flyboy Malice, giving Flyboy Malice some airtime, some TV time or pay-per-view time. And then we also see Justin Capress versus Mark Mercury for 20 minutes. We see a promo by Darnell Dash. 5-minute promo. Which then leads into Carney Pete versus Darnell Dash for the title. 50-minute match. Right before the main event, we will see Peyton Prentice and Zachary Pride versus Soul Saint and Travis Winters. Peyton Prentice, Zachary Pride, Soul Saint, Travis Winters. We will see them go at it for 25 minutes. And then finally, in the main event, David Thorpe and Brody Quinn going at it for the title. 205 minutes. That's around 3 hours. Here we go. Jefferson X and Lincoln Ali move on into the tournament. Deathwish and Flyboy Malice. Flyboy Malice wins. Mark Mercury wins. Carney Pete retains. Peyton Prentice and Zachary Pride move on. And David Thorpe retains the title. Wow. Anyway, that was May. Let's move on to June. Hope you guys enjoyed this month. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.